Hi, in this video I'll be walking through my input program. To start, on lines 1 and 2, we have our imports, sys and getOpt. And on line 4, we're defining our main function. On lines 6 through 11, we're essentially parsing through the command line arguments, and then we're going to be using those. On line, well, I can go more into detail. Specifically on lines 9 through 11, let's say we get invalid command line arguments. It'll essentially throw an exception in the form of printing an error message. On line 14, we're using a dictionary to store the command line arguments for their respective values of O, T, and H. We have O and T set to none and then H to false, indicating that an argument hasn't been provided on the command line for H, for -H. So then what we're doing is we're looping through the command line arguments that are provided. And if, let's say, the option is equal to -O, we're going to be storing the value or argument for that in the key value pair for O, which is also indicated here in our dictionary. Same thing for T and the same thing for H as well, as you can see on lines 19 and 20 and 22 and 23. Next, what we're doing is we're printing out standard input, which again, we're going to be iterating through by line for each line in sys.standard input. And then essentially it's going to be printing what the user types in. And then we're also using strip here as well to get rid of any extra spaces that the user may input. And then next, what we have here is another print statement with command line arguments, which should follow after the user's done typing into standard input and then presses Control D on Mac. And on lines 33 through 40, what we're doing here is we're printing the output for the command line arguments. So essentially what we're doing here on line 33 specifically is we're checking to see if the options key, if it's not equal to none, it's going to, that means that the user did input an argument following after like the -O. So what it'll do is print the value stored in the dictionary for O. And then the same thing for T, it's going to check to see if it's not none. And if it isn't, then it's going to print out the value pair in the dictionary for T. And then same thing for line for H as well. So this is essentially done to ensure that everything is printed in the proper order that it needs to be in. And finally, this is lines 42 and 43 are used to print out our function, our main function, and let the program run as it should. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.